Shalom. Tonight, as we welcome Shabbat, we're counting the very last night of the Omer. We complete marking 49 days, 7 weeks from Passover, so that then tomorrow night as Shabbat ends, we can welcome the festival of Shavuot. As we entered Passover and prepared for Seder, I shared some thoughts about the meaning of hunger, physical and spiritual, and about how Passover is about both. 50 days later, Shavuot brings the converse perspective of a world of fullness of body and mind. Whereas on Passover, our ancestors ate matzah, by Shavuot, they had manna from heaven, dropped on their doorstep every morning. And then when they entered the land of Israel, Shavuot became a festival of harvest. Our ancestors would have been enjoying a bounty of fresh produce even as they brought their first fruits as an offering to God. However, Shavuot is not just about ourselves having full bellies. We also have to make sure that no one else goes hungry. The Torah reading for the second day of the festival specifies that the harvest must be shared with the widow, the orphan, the foreigner. And indeed, on this holiday, we read the book of Ruth, which describes how those commandments, those values were fulfilled, as Ruth, who was a widow and a foreigner, was saved from poverty and became a central figure in our Jewish story as the ancestor of King David. Shavuot is also a holiday which chases away spiritual hunger. It's the anniversary of the giving of the Torah and all of the oral traditions that accompanied it. All of the Jewish wisdom and inspiration that we have flows forth from that moment. When we commemorate that experience on Shavuot, we do so with an overflowing bounty of Torah. Not only do we read the Ten Commandments in synagogue, but there's literally too much Torah to fit into a single day, and our Tikkun Leil Shavuot has us studying deep into the night. And tomorrow afternoon, we'll complete our study of Pirkei Avot, and we'll read, Rabbi Hananya ben Akasha Omer, Rabbi Hananya ben Akasha says, it pleased the Holy One to grant merit to Israel, and that is why God gave them an abundance of Torah and commandment. As it is said, God was pleased for his righteousness to make Korah great and glorious. Not all of us have the opportunity to have physical plenty, but all of us have the chance to receive God's blessings of spiritual fullness. Torah and mitzvot are always overflowing to fill our lives if we choose to allow them in. As we enter the festival of Shavuot, we have the opportunity to reflect on what it means to have our hunger satisfied, to have bounty and plenty for mind and body, and to reflect on what obligations that fulfillment, that fullness imposes on us to feed others who are still hungry. Wherever you are, I hope you have a meaningful Sukkot, and if you're able to, I'd love for you to come celebrate it at B'nai Torah. Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom.